Welcome back to Chinese Cooking with Aunt Jian. This is the week leading up to the departure of the Year of Rat and welcoming the Year of the Ox. In other words, Chinese New Year is coming, and I think we all can agree that the Year of the Rat is 1 year, 2020, that we can't hardly wait to say goodbye to. So, I'm going to share with you something that all Chinese would eat during this time, during the time that's leading up to the New Year celebration. Although there is very little in the way of baking tip I can offer Georgie out there, who is an accomplished, a professional young baker, but for all of you out there watching, this is something that you may be interested in, a rice cake. Specifically, sweet rice. And this is something that is very symbolic for the Chinese because the name rice cake in Chinese rhymes with better and better every year. So as symbolism, people in China or ethnic Chinese eat this as a good wish for the coming new year, hoping that the next year will be better than the previous year. So in this dish, the driver of this is sweet rice. And you must get glutinous rice. This is what makes this dish, and there is no substitute. The texture of the sweet glutinous rice is what gives the feel of this cake. So any 1 pound of the sweet rice cake, 1 teaspoon of baking powder, 1 teaspoon baking powder here, and the original recipe calls for 2 eggs, but throughout the years I've tweaked it. I have substituted 1 cup of applesauce. This is not quite a cup, but that's all I have. So 1 cup of applesauce for people out there who are intolerant, have egg allergy, or would prefer to use applesauce instead. 3/4 of a cup of olive oil. Actually, quite a simple recipe. Original recipe calls for 1 cup of sugar, but I have always just used somewhere between 1/2 cup and 3/4 of a cup. And this, what I'm using right now, is 3/4 of a cup of sugar. And lastly, 2.5 cup of milk. But I have always used soy milk. You can also any kind of milk substitute as well. Okay, mix it up really well until it's not lumpy. Now, can you use machine to mix this up? Absolutely. I just prefer the old-fashioned way because I don't like a kitchen full of gadgets. And I would rather stand here and mix. So this is where also a child comes in if you have children helping you doing this. Mix it up and bake it oven 350 until it's golden brown on the top. When you insert a knife inside, it's completely acceptable that it comes out a little bit gooey, but not too much. So in a little bit, when it comes out of the oven, I'll show you what it looks like. But this is also where you get creative. What I'm showing you is only the basic recipe. So if you want to make it, spin it into your own, what can you ask? Can you add coconut shred? Can you substitute any milk into coconut milk? Can you add any kinds of nuts? Chopped dry fruits? Absolutely. Make it into your own. So here we are. They're all done. I would actually prefer to have a square or rectangle pan. That way it's easier to cut, but this is fine. This, I bake it over toaster oven, so it's about 1 hour for each pan. And the texture looks like this. So you know that when you insert the knife, it's not going to be completely 100% clean when it comes out, although it's done. So, couple of things you must remember about this dish. Number one, it's meant to be eaten warm or room temperature. So, do not refrigerate that. And if you do, make sure when you eat it, warm it up in the microwave for a few seconds until it's soft and warm. Otherwise, it's almost unedible, just like leftover rice. So another thing is, don't get confused with the name sweet glutinous rice. Sweet rice flour and glutinous rice flours are one and the same. So either one of them means exactly the same thing, and you should be able to find that in any medium-sized grocery store, in any medium-sized city in the Oriental food section, if not in a Chinese grocer or any Oriental grocer. So another thing is that if you want to spin this further, the Chinese actually eat this steamed, not baked. So another way is that you can actually take this and pan fry it if it's steamed, or deep fry it. So it's crunchy outside, crunchy on the outside, crunchier and harder than this, but very soft and glutinous inside. So I can see how good it will taste if you add some walnuts to it, and sometimes people add red bean paste, mixed it in as well. And that's about it. Happy Year of Ox.